Hi everyone, this is Mrs. V Chen. Welcome to my Form 4 accounting lesson number 14. So we have depreciation part 3 today, alright? So today is 14th April 2020. Okay, now here is the example. So on 1st of January in the first year, so the firm purchased motor van at the costs, which is 250,000. Okay, and the depreciation is to be charged on 15% on costs. So therefore, this is same as straight line method, right? Okay, now what we need to do is to show all things related to motor van and then the accumulated depreciation. So on the statement of financial position in year 3, which is at the end of year 3. Okay, so this is the example I'm going to show you today. All right, so therefore in the statement of financial position, we have this non-current assets, which is motor van, and which is always the costs, and the cost is 250,000. All right, and now to calculate net book value, we have to minus accumulated depreciation. Okay, so how do we calculate that? So that would be the costs, which is 250,000, right, times the rate for 1 year, which is 15%, and then starting from 1st of January, the first year, up to the end of year 3, we have used this for 3 years. Okay, so this is how we calculate accumulated depreciation using straight line method. So I use my calculator here to get accumulated depreciation, which is 250,000 times 0.15, and then use it for 3 years, so times 3. Therefore, we have accumulated depreciation 112,500. Okay, so and then we can get net book value, which is this. So 137,500. So this will be the net book value after we have used the motor van for 3 years. All right, so that means at the end of year 3, we have information related to motor van in the statement of financial position. Okay, so right after the following date in year 4, so 1st of January, so we have this happened to motor van, and motor van was sold at 120,000. That means there is disposal of motor van. That means we don't need any motor van. We are going to sell this motor van, so we call that disposal. Okay, so next we come to the double entries for disposal of motor van. And then for disposal, we always have 4 steps. Okay, step number 1, since we have disposal, we no longer have motor van, so that all things related to motor van should be cancelled. So the first step is delete motor van. So how do I delete motor van? So here is the motor van, which is a debit item. So to delete this, I go to the opposite side, which is credit motor van by the costs. So what happened right after I credit motor van? Therefore, we don't have this motor van. Okay, and then not only motor van, we have to delete, and also all things related to motor van should be cancelled, and which is the accumulated depreciation. So since it is a credit item, to delete this, I go to the opposite side. So now I come to step number 2, delete accumulated depreciation. So I debit accumulated depreciation. Okay, so which is this 112,500. Okay, so right after this double entry, I don't have motor van, I don't have accumulated depreciation, so no more motor van, and accumulated depreciation, okay, will be in year 4. Okay, so all right, so whenever we have disposal, we're going to receive money by selling the motor van. So therefore, we have more money received, debit bank, and in this example, which is 120,000, so I have 120,000. Okay, so let's go back to step number 1, delete motor van, credit motor van to delete motor van. And then the related accounts, we use disposal. Okay, so that would be the same amounts. Okay, step number 2, to delete accumulated depreciation, we debit accumulated depreciation, and the related account is also disposal. So I have 11,500. 11. So this is 112,500. Okay, and here for money received, I credit disposal account by this much. Okay, so therefore, what is the new thing here? So you can just insert disposal, and then insert disposal account in this way. Okay, so what about the final step here? We want to know whether we have gain or loss on disposal. So how do we do that? Okay, to calculate that, we can draw up disposal accounts, and now we do posting. So step number 1, we debit disposal. So I go to debit side, 250,000, and the reason is motor van. So this is in year 4, and the date for disposal is 1st of January. Okay, so this is step number 1. And step number 2, credit disposal. So therefore I have this much. Also 1st of January because of accumulated depreciation. So I just simply do posting. Okay, and step number 3, we credit disposal. So here 120,000 because of money received. So obviously you can see which side is positive. So this is amount we have received it. So we can say this is positive, and then this is negative. Okay, now we come to step number 4. So how do we know whether we have gain or loss on disposal? Now we need to close the disposal account here. So, and then in this example, we have debit side 250,000 is bigger than the credit side, okay? And debit side here is negative. Negative is bigger, so we say that there is loss on disposal. Therefore, this loss on disposal will be a bad thing in the income statements. And how much is it? 200. Yes, so this is 17,500. Okay, so therefore when we close the disposal accounts in this situation, we work out this loss on disposal 17,500. Since this is loss, so it will be a bad thing in the income statement, so that we debit profit and loss for the loss. And how much is that? 17,500. Therefore I close disposal accounts 17,500. So that, and this is a kind of loss on disposal. Okay, so in this situation we have a loss on disposal instead of gain on disposal. Okay, so how about I change this figure, all right, to 200,000. Okay, so step 1 remain the same, step 2 remain the same, but however when we have money received, I change this to 200,000. Okay, so here is the disposal accounts. I'm going to change that to 200,000. So step 1, I do the same, debit disposal. So I have 250,000 because of motor van, same as before. Okay, step 2, I credit disposal for accumulated depreciation. So this is accumulated depreciation, right? But now, how much received in this situation? I changed that to 200,000. So therefore, I have 200,000, and which is money received at bank. Again, this is positive. This is negative. Is that right? Okay, now let me close the disposal account. So which side is bigger? Okay, I have credit side bigger, which is 312. And then this is 312,000. Okay, I insert on this side. All right, so therefore this time I have gain on disposal, which is 62,500. Okay, so therefore my double entry for gain on disposal will be a good thing in the profit and loss, credit profit and loss, and which is gain on disposal. Okay, and debit disposal. So 62,500, 62,500. Okay, then we have gain. And also when you look at disposal account, we don't have any balance carry down. We don't have closing balance because it will be either close to, yes, if we have loss, close to profit and loss and close to profit and loss, so we can say that disposal account is a kind of nominal account. Now we are going to do one past exam question in 1994. So this is the thing we have to draw up. So prepare in the books of Pacific Trading Company the disposal accounts. However, something very, very important, which is about the timeline. But anyway, this is my disposal accounts. And then I'm going to draw you the timeline. Okay, so here is the timeline. And then according to the information here, the Pacific Trading Company has allowed for depreciation of its motor vehicle on straight line basis for the past 3 years. So therefore from here up to the dates on 31st March 1993, so this is past 3 years. Okay, and the date here we have motor vehicles, the cost is 230,000 and also accumulated depreciation this much. Okay, and then the date for disposal here. So on 1st February 1994, so I need to extend this a year later. So this is 1994. So that would be 31st March 1994. Okay, so 1 year later, the end of financial year. And where is 1st of February? 1st of February somewhere here. Is that right? So this is 1st of February 1994, like that. And then one of the motor vehicles costing this was sold at the value of 36,000. So this is the date on 1st of February. Okay, so we have disposal. Okay, so we do some revision on disposal. So for disposal, we always have 4 steps. The first step is to delete motor vehicle so that we credit motor vehicle, which is the costs. Okay, but the point is, should you put this much? Or this is also costs. Therefore, it is very important you make sure you understand the question. So which one we are going to dispose of? It should be one of the motor vehicles. So here we have several motor vehicles. We just have this amounts of motor vehicle being disposed instead of the total here, so that when we credit motor vehicle, it should be 57,500. Okay, and step 2, what else we need to delete? We need to delete accumulated depreciation. But however, we come to the most difficult thing in this question. How do we calculate this accumulated depreciation? We need to do that step by step. Okay, so how do we calculate accumulated depreciation related to this particular motor vehicle? So the answer should not be 103,500. Okay, but how do we calculate this? We need to go back to the information. So the firm used straight line method. But however, how long is the useful life, which is not given? And then what is the percentage, which is not given? Therefore, this is the most tricky point in this question. We need to set equation to work out that. That is, from here, this is accumulated depreciation. Is that right? So if we set equation, which is equal to the costs times the rates, we don't know. And then this has been used for 3 years, so times 3. Okay, so this is the equation we set. And after that, we need to solve the percentage. All right. Okay, I just rewrite the equation here. This is accumulated depreciation starting from the cost times the percentage we don't know, and use that for 3 years now. I change subject and solve equation to find R. Okay, so that will be here. So 103,500. Move this to the right hand side, so divided by this much. Okay, and then divided by 3. Okay, so therefore 0.15, which is same as 15%, will be the rates for depreciation. Okay, next, I have enough information to calculate this accumulated depreciation related to this particular motor vehicle. All right, so therefore, I have the costs here times the rates. So this rate is not given to us in the question, but however, this is what we use equation to find the rates times how long. Now, this is very, very important. So here is the timeline to explain all the things happen here. So 3 years plus. So starting from 31st March up to the date for disposal, we have 10 months here. So altogether, we have used this particular motor vehicle for 3 years and 10 months. All right, so that will be 3 years times 12. So 36 months plus 10 divided by 12, and then times the rates times the costs. Yes, so just round off to nearest dollar. So that would be 33,063. Okay, so therefore I have this 33,063. Okay, step 3, we have money received. So this is money received sold at say value of 36. So we debit bank 36,000. All right, so anyway, you can just fill in the blanks. This is disposal account, same as before, and then I put disposal here. So 33 and 63, and then I put disposal for 36,000. Okay, now I can do my posting. Okay, this is disposal, step number 1. Okay, debit disposal 57,500 because of motor vehicle, just one, no S. So the date is 1994 and 1st of February. So step number 1, I do posting. And step 2, credit disposal by 33 and 63. Okay, in 1994, 1st of February, because of accumulated depreciation, right? And the step, we can repeat that again, times 15% times 3 months and 3 years and 10 months. Okay, and step 3, credit disposal 36,000 because of money received. Okay, so finally we can close disposal accounts, right? And then this is positive on credit side, this is negative, and then we have credit side bigger. Okay, so 69,063. So 69,063. Okay, so this side is smaller. Okay, since credit side is bigger, credit balance, which is positive, therefore we have gain on disposal in the profit and loss account by 11,563. Okay, so this is how we do part A to draw up disposal accounts, and this is the most difficult thing to calculate and to get how long we have used it, and also the rates is not given to us in this question. All right, and this is the cost that of the motor vehicle we have disposal, and this is the amount we have received it. So in this question, again, we need to set equation to calculate the rates on disposal, and also something very, very important, which is about the timeline in order to calculate the correct amount for accumulated depreciation. Okay, so that's all about today's lesson. We have disposal on non-current assets. So thank you for watching my video. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.